Police say that they are terrorizing Long Island neighborhoods with shootings and carjackings. And now 18 alleged gang members are behind bars.
One of their crimes made headlines in October, the shooting outside Congressman Lee Zeldin's house in Shirley. CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff reports tonight.
Based on a true story how the first blood set started sex money murder in Freeport, Long Island, early 1990s, day the sun beats down on the streets of Freeport, Long Island. We see a gritty, urban landscape with rundown buildings and a palpable sense of tension. In the early 90s, Freeport, Long Island, was a powder keg waiting to explode. It was in this environment that the seeds of the blood gang were sown. A car pulls up to Stephen Street parked tone hoped out in all red to greet his right-hand man. Arce said Korleon ran crack houses or put him in charge of the crack houses Korleon had on Stephen Street. Toon told Arce that he want to make everybody on the block blood so they sell drugs for us, but the set was ran on mafia rules. They were the Mafia Foundation, Chuffin streetwise individual, as Toon, Korleon were walking through the neighborhood. They exudes an aura of authority and respect. Toon had just returned home from a stint in prison, and he was about.
Someone incarcerated in federal prison can have access to this quantity of drugs and can actually direct
to make a move that would change the course of history for Freeport and the surrounding areas. Korleon walks purposefully down Stephen Street, the heart of Freeport, and stops in front of a group of young men. They are the core members of Sex Money Murder, a local crew with a reputation for their willingness to do whatever it takes to survive. Toon brought the members of Sex Money Murder together and laid the groundwork for what would become the birthplace of the Bloods in Freeport. As the days pass, we see the influence of Toon and Sex Money Murder spreading through.
Is the illicit narcotics trade, especially in cocaine and heroin. The profits that they generate, and they are significant, finance
at the neighborhood. Other blood sets begin to emerge, and alliances are formed. Freeport and nearby Hempstead fell under the UBN, with Hempstead claiming the moniker 9 Trey. Meanwhile, in neighboring Roosevelt and Westbrook,
into a street gang known as the Bloods, and all the two factions.
Tensions were rising as gangs aligned themselves with the West Coast. Cut to a series of intense and violent confrontations between the different factions, as the struggle for power and control plays out on the streets. The rules were clear: all West Coast affiliates were considered enemies, and the Bloods in Freeport and Hempstead bombed on them without hesitation. We see the rival gangs engaging in intense street battles, with the sound of gunfire and the sight of graffiti-covered buildings becoming a stark reality of everyday life in these neighborhoods. The Mez 13 gang made their presence known on the south side of Freeport, aimed
to take them down. However, as well, throughout the first few years they established multiple MS cliques on Long Island, and right off the bat they got into a major rivalry with,
establishing themselves as a formidable force to be reckoned with. Mez 13 was a Rufus Murders gang, and
together we're going to restore safety to our streets and peace to our communities. And we're going to destroy the vile criminal cartel MS-13 and many other gangs. But MS-13 is particularly violent. They don't like shooting people because it's too quick. It's too fast. I was reading one of these animals was caught and explaining they like to knife them and cut them and let them die
their
slowly.
Clashes with the Bloods only serve to heighten the tension in the area surrounding areas forever changed by the rise of the Blood and Crip MS-13 gang, setting the stage for years of conflict and struggle that would leave an indelible mark on the community. The bloodshed was just beginning.